Don't you have it on your phone? Yeah, but I don't check it much. It's mostly spam and mailing lists. Scarlett's lip twisted. You know, you can unsubscribe from those. Really? They weren't even friends, and she was going to give Megan organizational advice? Thanks. I never thought of that. Megan flushed in annoyance. Why should I check my email? We got an email from Juliet last night. Juliet Letourneau? Megan hadn't heard that name in years. The three of them were best friends as kids, back before Juliet moved away to Quebec halfway through high school. She emailed both of us? Yeah. She wanted to know if we could get online tonight for a video chat. Scarlett shrugged. I don't know what she wants. The email was vague. Megan tried to remember her last communications with Juliet, back in senior year, slowly trailing off over time. Does she know you and I don't really talk anymore? There it was, on the table where they both had to acknowledge it. Megan hated confronting stuff, but some stuff had to be confronted. She must not. Otherwise, she wouldn't write to both of us on one email. Scarlett looked like she wanted to say more, but didn't. She sat back instead. Okay. Megan had no idea why Scarlett was even asking her about this. So that's it? You wanted to know if I knew what the email was about? I didn't want you to miss the video call. It must be something important. Scarlett's lightly tanned skin turned pinker, a few freckles standing out on her cheeks with the blush. Megan waited for something else, but Scarlett didn't say much. She just looked across the table at Megan in a way that made Megan feel weird and scrutinized and judged, and she didn't like it. Before Megan could slide out of the booth, though, Scarlett moved like she wanted to put a hand over Megan's. It was a weird, stilted gesture that ended with Scarlett putting one hand over her other hand instead. How have you been? Work treating you well? Sure, Megan answered in a knee-jerk positive way, like she always did, but then found herself giving more info without planning to. Another of the servers quit right after Christmas, so I've been taking his shifts, and Winston and Martha haven't made any moves to replace him, so it's been busy. She'd been meaning to ask them about that, but it never seemed like a good time. Scarlett might say that Winston was incapable of looking grumpy, but lately Megan had been frequently seeing him poring over papers at his desk with a contemplative frown, or talking quietly to his wife Martha in the back room when Megan was busy waiting tables or covering the grill. Right, Scarlett nodded. Sounds busy. I've been busy, but the diner hasn't. It's been dead. Megan looked out the glass front of the diner, out into the parking lot of this strip mall where the Starlight Diner had carved out a tiny niche between Winn-Dixie and the Topcoat Nail Salon. The parking lot was sparsely dotted with cars, and most were over by the Winn-Dixie. That's a shame. The Starlight used to be the place to be. Sympathy filled Scarlett's eyes, sympathy that made Megan itchy and uncomfortable. She was never settled under Scarlett's intense gaze. Megan didn't want to talk about this anymore, so she slid out of the booth. Do you want food? Scarlett looked down at her open menu. Yeah, sure, thanks. Pancakes and sausage? And a large OJ? Sure. Megan slid out of the booth. Don't say I never did anything for you. The words were intended like a joke, a throwback, but she regretted them as soon as they were out of her mouth. They didn't tease like that anymore. They didn't even talk anymore. Scarlett gave her a ghost of a smile, and Megan left with the same sense of discomfort. Winston took her order with an undecipherable noise of agreement and set about whipping up some pancakes while Megan drew an orange juice for Scarlett. She wiped down the counters for the millionth time today, wishing there was something else to do. Her time here at the diner was sucking her life dry. She hadn't gone to book group in months, hadn't played...